Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon by reviewing the original Jungle Book. Of course, I have to top of the plot, so let's get into it, shall we? So yeah, in this particular film, folks, good to see the main character is this young boy. So you pretty much focus on him, and the plot pretty much follows him, this little child whom is raised in this particular Indian jungle, and he has a friend, and his friend is of course this bear. This bear attempts to convince him to do what is right, and just the whole thing involving there's a snake. I guess in some ways the snake is a bit of the villain in the story here, folks. Oh yeah. Pretty much started when the young boy was pretty much found in this basket in the deep jungles of India, and he was found by this Black Panther, whom promptly takes him to a mother wolf who has just had cubs. She raises him along with her own cubs, of course, and he just soon becomes well established with the jungle life. And of course, he fast forwards 10 years later with, with him playing with the wolf siblings. And of course, one night when the wolf tribe learns that there was this man-eating tiger has returned to the jungle, and they realize that the young boy or main character must be taken to the man village for his own safety. Of course, there's a little conflict within that, folks. The 1967 version of Jungle Book is actually pretty good, folks. I did see this film quite a few times, and yeah, maybe the animation may not be as well polished as some of the other films from the studios, but it's still pretty good. Still enjoyed this film anyway, folks. And to be bluntly honest with you, folks, I did like the original Cinderella film a lot better than this movie, that's for sure. I don't know, maybe it's just me, I guess, but I did find more enjoyment watching that particular movie than The Jungle Book. But anyway, folks, regardless, this was a pretty good film as a whole. I did like the animation, and the character designs were pretty cool. And yes, there's lots of music. This is a Disney film after all, so of course, there's going to be plenty of music being played right here, folks. And I like the music. The songs were pretty cool, and they're catchy, of course. And I did like the character designs for this particular movie as well. And the backgrounds weren't too bad, I suppose, folks. The backgrounds were really nicely done as well, folks. And the art design itself is actually not that bad. He has his own little touch to it, of course. And overall, folks, this was a good movie, folks. Of course, there are some villains of the story, and they're pretty cool in their own little way, obviously. So overall, folks, this was another well-constructed animated film that came from the studios, and it's one of those I wouldn't mind watching again. Yeah, it may not be my favorite animated movie, but I still thought it was worth watching anyway. A lot of people seem to enjoy this film, and it did rather well in the box office. I know for a lot of people out there, folks, that this film will bring in a lot of memories, but it won't bring me any memories at all because I was around Great Depression. Yeah, way before this movie ever came out, folks. So yeah, I couldn't experience any childhood memories with this particular movie. No siree. It is still a pretty good film, folks, anyway, so if you have not seen this movie, I would say check it out anyway. Of course, there's lots of charming moments. The whole Disney magic is definitely present in this particular movie. And yes, there's plenty of memorable moments throughout the entire film, and I like that. This film is well crafted, and I like the script in this film. The script is really solid overall. There's a good beginning, middle, and end. The pacing itself is never bad. The theme of this movie is about friendship, and it's done without making it seem corny, so it's really well executed is what I'm saying, folks, and I did like that. So, of course, that kind of theme has been present in Disney movies quite a few times, so it might not be anything original, really, but still, overall, I did like the execution of it, and it was really well done, folks. And I would say it's one of those movies that can be viewed over and over again. You can't say there's lots of little kids whom watched this movie and wondered how they would have lived if they had been in the jungle and raised there. So yeah, a lot of kids might be curious about that, folks. This is a family movie. There's nothing really threatening about this, really, folks. There's no violence or whatever. And I guess in some ways that's fine. It's just your typical family fun movie, folks, overall. And yes, things can get rather sad, especially towards the end of the film, which of course I won't give away. So overall, folks, I would say that this film isn't too bad as a whole. And yeah, it has moments, and it did left an impression on a lot of kids, and it did survive throughout generations. Maybe not every kid nowadays may not want to watch it because of the fact it's rather old, but it's still a really good film, folks. And I know there's some special edition version of this film. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that up whenever possible. So I know a lot of kids nowadays may or may not watch it, but still, folks, check it out for yourself. If you're a Disney fan and have not seen this film as of yet, well, give yourself a chance to just watch it because it's not that bad of a movie. It really isn't. So in some ways, it did surprise me, folks, because in a lot of ways, there's lots of animals involved. I don't hate animals, folks. I'm against animal abuse and whatnot, but watching an animal-themed movie was never really my thing. But this film manages to be good anyway. The main character is, of course, human. And overall, folks, this was a really, really solid film with lots of memorable characters and a lot of great scenes to be watched. And I really did like that aspect of the film. Of course, it does have a pretty good story. I mean, it may not be the deepest and most original, thought-provoking storyline, but still a good storyline nonetheless. It does its job, what it's supposed to do. I just think about what is this film promising and does it do it well, and of course it does. And of course I do have to leave a comment about the scenery. The scenery is really, really good, folks. Of course, you know, when every movie you make, regardless of what studio or genre that you're making, you do need to use the scenery in order to leave a atmosphere. It'll give you a sense of what's going on and what place it takes place in. And definitely, this really does that rather well, and I did like that. It definitely gives you a sense of the jungle feel for it. And the tiger character, yeah, he's pretty cool, folks. He has his own little charm, of course. I do like that character. Oh yeah, he's pretty cool. But folks, I'll say this film, yes, I do realize that Walt Disney himself had made plenty of movies with animals in them. I guess in a lot of ways the reason for this particular thing is probably Walt Disney himself. He does have, I guess, a thing for animal spirits. He has a compassion for them, which is okay, of course, folks. There's nothing wrong with that. And he does have the ability to be a child without being childish, of course. But yeah, I like the use of the animals in this, folks. They are pretty cool in this particular movie. Every single character does have their own personality, which of course is definitely a good thing right there. I think they like the use of the animals and the music and whatnot that was in here, folks. I'll once again bring up the songs. The songs do help out the movie, folks. And I did like how the music was done in this particular way, folks. Because the really real song, even the music that had no lyrics at all, were well composed as a whole, folks. And I did like that. It does help to create a particular mood for this particular movie, folks. Altogether, all of the music was really well done, folks. It really was. Yeah, I'm fully aware of the fact that this film had been remade, folks. Which, quite honestly, I really don't care in watching it. Because, like I mentioned before, I really don't care for remakes anyway. If it's fine the first time around, just leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'll just leave it at that because I don't plan to watch the remake, more updated version of this particular movie, folks. Yes, I know it got good reviews, but I still don't plan to see it. I'll just stick with the original. Yeah, I don't understand as to why every single Disney film needs to be remade, but whatever. Oh well. The word remake has a certain sting to my ears, folks, so yeah, I don't like that at all. This film is available on Blu-ray, and I would suggest getting a Blu-ray version or just a DVD copy, folks. Either way, you're gonna have a good time watching this. So, if you have not seen this film as of yet, I'll say check it out. But if you did see this film quite a few times before, I'll say buy it anyway, folks, regardless. Because this was a pretty good film overall. And I did like the way the story was told. The voice acting wasn't too bad. The voice acting was pretty good, folks, from everybody, from the entire crew. I can tell that there was a good amount of passion being placed in this particular movie, and I did like that. Yes, sirree. And yeah, it's one of those family movies I could watch over and over again because it's not that bad of a movie. It was definitely well constructed. The Jungle Book is based upon a book which, by the way, I've not read as of yet. I might one of these days maybe pick it up, I guess, folks, but I'm just judging this movie as a movie because, well, it's a movie. So overall, I would say this film was well constructed with the storyline and whatnot. The Jungle Book, this version anyway, it gets an overall rating of a 7.1, folks. A 7.1 out of 10 for me. As always, thanks for watching and take care. See you.